Hello fellow football connoisseurs and welcome back to the Quick Take. Lots and lots of news to get into today, including a pretty substantial update regarding the Antonio Nusa deal. Of course, it was believed he was heading to Brentford, but there has been a twist in the tail. Conor Gallagher looks to be on his way out. We'll get into that in just a minute. Malang Sarr potentially leaving Chelsea, of course, the player on big wages who has not seen a sniff of football this season, and a rather depressing update regarding Karim Benzema.
Before I continue, I would like to quickly remind you I am running a giveaway with OwnASaber.com where at 15,000 subscribers you could be in with a chance at winning the King of London lightsaber, the perfect saber for every Chelsea fan. 3 participants will be chosen, and all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and check the pinned comment down below for more information. And with that, on with the video.
So, kicking things straight off with Antonio Nusa. This is coming in from David Ornstein 1 hour ago, and then we've had some updates since then. Exclusive: Brentford's proposed signing for Antonio Nusa from Club Brugge thrown into doubt by complications in deal. Agreements reached but not finalised, taken backward step. Could open door to others or no transfer this window. That is coming in from David Ornstein reporting for The Athletic. And then we had an update about 15 minutes ago from Sacha Tavaleri. Being told medical test failed, hypothesis expanding. Hashtag Brentford FC. Hashtag subscribe. Discovered the piece of loose cartilage in Antonio Nusa's knee and persistent back issues that need managing. Club Brugge detected it also, thinking it wouldn't make any trouble to make the deal happen, but now are the Bees taking issue with it? Wait and see. And then we have some more confirmation here from Ben Jacobs. Exclusive: Brentford's deal for Antonio Nusa is now almost certainly off. Reason is due to knee and back issues during the medical. It's understood that knee issue is potentially quite serious. Again, a cartilage issue, which is never fun for players, especially those like Nusa who rely upon their ability to dribble and their two-footed nature. I actually watched quite an interesting video by a channel called Pythagoras in Boots, and I would highly recommend everyone subscribe to them. They are fantastic at what they do, analyzing players, going into really deep, in-depth detail into the ins and outs of a player, what makes them tick, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, how they compare to their peers. And I watched the one on Antonio Nusa, and he's definitely two-footed. His across-field passes and crosses are fantastic, and his crosses into the box are also quite good. But again, he's still 18 years old, 19 years old, so he's still very raw in that sense, and his goal scoring could be worked on. But it does look like this deal is now off between Antonio Nusa and Brentford. And it's quite interesting how it says here, Club Brugge detected it also, thinking it wouldn't make any trouble to make the deal happen. It's like trying to sell a dodgy PS5 on eBay. You hope they don't notice anything wrong, or you're trying to sell a car and then they look under the bonnet and the engine's missing. It's like, well, hang on, why are you trying to sell me this? It's like they thought they could get away with it, but evidently not, as Brentford find out the real deal regarding Antonio Nusa in the medical. I thought this deal would be too good to be true, to be honest, for Brentford. I generally thought he would be heading off to Tottenham, but we do have an update regarding Tottenham, and it does take into consideration Conor Gallagher. Tottenham Hotspur are seriously considering a renewed approach for Conor Gallagher, and Chelsea are willing to selling the academy graduate. That's coming in from Gary Jacob at Times Sport. And then we had another update regarding Conor Gallagher earlier today. There have been inquiries from 3 clubs in the top half of the Premier League for Conor Gallagher. That came in from David Ornstein earlier this morning, around about 8:30 this morning. And then we had a further update after that, saying a new deal now looks unlikely at present for Conor Gallagher. Of course, Conor Gallagher is now asking for £150,000 a week. I asked you guys in the comment section down below in the last video whether you thought he deserved that amount or not. And there are some players like Marc Cucurella who are on their way out and potentially don't deserve that amount of money, and Conor Gallagher would be making even less than them. But in terms of Conor Gallagher's role going forward, when everybody's back fit, when Nkunku's back fit, when Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo Fernandez have found their feet in this side, Conor Gallagher may not be a starter for every game, and the question presents itself: Can you have a £150,000 a week player sitting on the bench for the majority of games, coming on maybe in the 50th, 60th minute to bring in energy into the midfield? Can you really afford to have £150,000 doing that on the bench? Or can you do that with an Andre Santos? Or can you do that? Sorry, can you do that with a Cesar Caste? Obviously not to the same level, but they do have a lot of developments needs to happen. And they will be on lower wages than what Conor Gallagher is demanding. But as I said, a deal for Conor Gallagher now looks unlikely, meaning come the summer transfer window, he'll have 12 months left on his contract. And to me, it really does come down to this. He is either sold in the next 2 days, because we now only have, after today, 2 days left of the winter transfer window, or he goes on the first day of the summer transfer window. It is that simple. And if we want to bring someone in, if we want to bolster the squad and potentially help our chances of making European football, then players will need to be sold now. That includes the likes of Armando Broja. That includes the likes of Trevor Chalobah. That includes the likes of Malang Sarr, which I'll get into in just a second. And that includes the likes of Conor Gallagher, which of course will allow us to do a hefty amount of business towards the end of the winter transfer window. Of course, we get a lot of money in from him, all pure profit. He came from the academy. But I did mention Malang Sarr, of course, a player on, I think, £120,000 a week, free transfer, but still quite lots of money. And Elect are considering signing Chelsea's Malang Sarr before the winter market closes. And then we had CFC Palace and Elect are following the track of Malang Sarr. Honestly, I thought we'd have a very tough time shifting this guy. He didn't really impress when he did play for us. He had a few games here and there where I thought, okay, he's not too bad. He's not the worst player I've ever seen in my life. But it was clear that he just wasn't Chelsea level. And to see that there is a club interested in him and that they are willing to take him off our hands, and whether they can cover similar wages or wages that he would think to be acceptable with what he's making at Chelsea. You know, we don't want another Danny Drinkwater kind of situation where they just sit around just happy to take in the wages, basically, or like Phil Jones. But it does look like Malang Sarr could be on his way out to Chelsea. Speaking of deals, though, this is coming in from David Ornstein, and it's a rather depressing piece of news. Of course, we did have the update regarding Karim Benzema a few days ago, if not the other day. I think it was the other day, maybe it was 2 days ago. Everything's blurring together towards the end of the transfer window, that Karim Benzema would not be leaving the Saudi League as the PIF want him to stay. It would harm their reputation if their big name signing this summer wanted to leave so early. Of course, I think Diogo Jota has now left Al Ittihad and is joining, I think, West Ham. Very interesting move there. And of course, Diogo Jota, big star on Run the Foot Market Nick's streams. Of course, if you watch those streams, Red Jota, the Travella shot, fantastic. Chelsea plan to avoid costly moves for older players and prioritise emerging elite talents like Cole Palmer and Malo Gusto. Karim Benzema will not be joining. Very depressing news. I think we all wanted Benzema, and I'm certainly disappointed that this deal will not go through. You know, I just think 6 months of Karim Benzema would have been perfect. Someone who's actually world-class up front, giving us a glimpse of what it's like to have a world-class striker at the club again before he passes the torch down to Victor Osimhen come the summer transfer window. And I am currently working on my Victor Osimhen breakdown, hoping to get out soon. I've finished up the thumbnails, I've started the script, it's all looking good, and I can't wait to get it out for you guys to watch. But again, Karim Benzema not joining Chelsea. Let me know your thoughts on that. Antonio Nusa, knee injuries, back injuries, pretty bad knee injury in fact. Could Chelsea hijack this deal? They love signing injured players. Who knows? Maybe the deal is off for everybody. Conor Gallagher looking likely to be leaving Chelsea in the very near future. Could you stomach him going to Spurs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Malang Sarr, how glad are you to get him off of the wage bill? And of course, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I've been The Quick Tech, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.